Good evening, everybody. It's Conrad Labuskaghni here. I'm speaking to you from Ballito, South Africa. Well done on the outset for you guys for showing up. We had some technical difficulty in getting some of the attendees that's registered onto the webinar. I'm sure some more will join as we go along, but we decided to, in the meantime, start the webinar so not to make you wait any longer. I can't help but recall deeply and profoundly one of my greatest mentors, a gentleman by the name of Jack Canfield, that always said 80% of a success lies in showing up. And when I look at today's day and age and how people don't always showing up, I can't help but recognize and acknowledge each and every one of you that made it to this webinar to listen and hopefully find some insights and some more information into how the exciting world of cryptocurrencies can change the rest of your life. You know, myself and Tony and some of our team members just returned from Germany. In fact, myself and Tony have been to Singapore and then on to Indonesia, then from there on to Germany, where we, in Germany specifically, we're attending the Karatbars, the gold company's company event. What a amazing opportunity to firsthand meet the guys, see how they produce the gold, see for yourself and touch and feel it for yourself and the team members that's been privileged enough to go with us. It's been an absolute remarkable experience, and I'll be talking to the coaches a little bit later on more about that specifically, but for now I thought I'll just give some feedback on this amazing, you know, I can't help but being absolutely overwhelmed with this amazing formula that we've over the last 3 years been able to put together. You know, when I look at it in its completeness, or in unity or completeness, you know, on the one hand, you got the gold. What an amazing opportunity for each and every one to be able to buy gold in small amounts. You know, typically when we think of gold, we're thinking of having to make a massive outlay to buy bullion gold in the traditional format, you know, and in addition to that, never mind the high outlay that one has got to invest in, there's also then the lack of ability to turn that into liquid cash easily and effortless. Where with our gold formula, we are able to turn, firstly, invest in gold in very small amounts. What we've seen this last few days, guys, in Germany, and the introduction of what is called the cash gold, and how we can turn gold and bring gold, being the oldest form of money in the world, bringing that back into our lives, bringing gold back into everyday people's pockets, and bringing the oldest form of money and the most surest form of money back into people's hand is just absolutely remarkable. When you then furthermore consider the dynamics that we've managed to secure through the Bitcoin mining and the ability for people to take their profits from Bitcoin mining and take a small, modest portion of those profits, so small that you'd barely notice it, and that small profit can be further utilized to further invest and secure yourself in gold. But ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I want to introduce you firstly to our first speaker tonight, Mr. Tony de Gouveia, who's going to be talking to us tonight about the first portion of which I alluded to, being the amazing opportunity to for everybody to invest in gold, and then secondly, to very sound and secure models get into Bitcoin mining, and in so producing a profit and taking that profit and then securing it further into acquiring more and more gold. The reason why I'm doing it in this particular format, our colleague Joby Wicks from Bitclub is running very late with a flight. One of the flights that he's had to catch from Salt Lake City to Washington he's been running late, so he's a little bit late in joining us. Hopefully he'll be able to join us very, very shortly. But in the meantime, guys, let me pass you on to our first speaker, Tony de Gouveia, which I've had the privilege of working with now for the last, give or take, 3 years. It's been an absolute remarkable journey, and what's been most remarkable is how we've been able to change people's lives with this incredible formula. So, Tony, without any further ado from my side, if I can hand over to you, and if you can sort of address the first component as I've outlined there. Thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you, Conrad. Hopefully you guys can hear me very, very well. I've just, it's been amazing, hectic this past few days. I've just landed back from the trip with Conrad, and once again, guys, from us as a team, Conrad, and from myself, I just personally want to congratulate yourself, Conrad Labuschagne, on an amazing, amazing achievement, on achieving one of the highest qualifications in Karatbars in a record time, getting top sales positions in Karatbars. So, Conrad, you obviously blew the people away in Germany. They all wanted to know who is this new guy on the field. Knowing that you're already a few years with us in Karatbars, you know, they were blown away with what you did in this few record months and that. So, Conrad, from our side and the team, and well done to you and your team that's done so well in it. So, guys, I must tell you that it's been such a privilege to be traveling with Conrad. That, you know, once we were, once we arrived in Germany, you know, we had, I think, a 4 or 5 day event with Karatbars, and we were treated like royalty, guys. You know, I told Mr. Seitz, which is the CEO of Karatbars, that I've had the fortune of being 8 years full-time in this industry of direct sales network marketing, but and I've been qualified to go to quite a few different company events. But I must tell you, this one, Karatbars, and with the CEO dinner, you know, we were treated like royalty. You know, everybody that went, it was an amazing event. I'm gonna encourage every single one of you guys that are on the call today to do whatever it takes to qualify for the next incentive that's already started with Karatbars. Guys, it's one of the biggest events and incentives that I've seen in the industry. And I'm going to help you guys tonight to navigate through your back office, and for you guys to have an understanding on how to get the information and how to treat that information, and how that can help you to qualify and travel with us. The rest of the team travel with us to the next event. Well, I know that some of you are on this call today might be new. You might not be aware of what Karatbars is. So I'm going to give you a quick overview. Katesh, just make sure. Katesh, are you guys able to see my screen, Katesh?
Yes, Tony, I can see your screen. The Karatbars celebrate for the.
Fantastic. So what I want to, and I'm talking now to the brand new people that are on this call that might have never heard any one of us speak, or might not know what Karatbars is and what our Bitcoin mining operations is. So let me first start to tell you that we've been in Karatbars now for 3 years. We were fortunate enough to get hold of Mr. Seitz when I was looking for the opportunity. You know, and I was sharing the story at the CEO dinner with Mr. Seitz that at that time, you know, I was looking for an opportunity. I found gold, and I just, can you believe it? I dropped him a private Facebook message, and with my luck, he actually replied to that. He told me, Tony, if you had to do it today, it would be impossible for me to reply to that message. But luckily for us at that time, 3 years ago, Mr. Harold Seitz replied to that message, and I started a conversation with him and asked him about Karatbars and gold. And basically then I asked him, you know, who's the guy in South Africa that you can connect me with? And he then obviously then told me about Lawrence. Lawrence well, he's currently still an internet marketer. And I got hold of Lawrence. We had a Skype call. And Lawrence sponsored me into this business, and the rest is history. Ever since then, we were able to help thousands of people into our organization in buying gold. So what is Karatbars? Karatbars is a 1 gram gold bullion that you can buy from the company. The company is in Stuttgart, Germany. What's nice about this Karatbar gold that we are buying, the bullion gold, is that you know, you can buy it once a week, you can buy it once a month, you can buy whenever you want this. You are not forced to buy gold. So you only buy gold when you are ready to buy gold. And I think that's one of the most significant changes or uniqueness about this company. It doesn't force you to buy gold. That might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing. It's a good thing for you to buy gold. It might be bad if it's not forcing you to buy. But from an opportunity point of view, you know, we got very, very excited when we saw this for the first time. So, you know, we said, well, you know what, if this is what's going to take it, we're going to start taking money, start buying gold, and start putting it away. Now, what's nice about Karatbars is that we do not have to bring this gold back to South Africa or back to the country that you stay in. You can actually leave it in the vault in Germany or in Singapore. There's 2 vaults that they use. And because you bought the gold through Karatbars, the fees that they would have charged you to keep it in a vault is null and void. So they do not charge you any holding fees for holding the gold in the vaults, either in Singapore or in Germany. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a huge, huge plus point for us, because imagine you have to bring back the gold that you are buying and you leave it in South Africa. You have to put it away somewhere, hide it away, or put it on a vault. Some people are putting their assets or their gold and silver into bank vaults, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people can ever do. If you are going to put you know, your assets, your gold and your silver away, it doesn't make sense to put it in a bank safe, guys. If something happens in the industry, the one place the doors are going to be closed immediately are the banks. So how do you think you're going to get to your gold if the gold is in the bank vaults? So do not put gold in bank vaults, guys. Put it in private vaults. Put it in a safe. Put it somewhere that you can hide it. But if you want to do what we are doing, you know, we are buying gold, leave it in Germany, leaving it in Singapore, and by leaving it there, we are saving ourselves the monthly fee of, you know, safeguarding our gold. Now, one of the most interesting things about Karatbars, and they've made a big announcement about this at the event a few days ago, well, last week actually when we were there, is that they are introducing and bringing cash gold into the industry. And this cash gold is currently what you're seeing now on the screen. So you can buy 0.01 gram of a gold, which is like 70, 80 rand. So for the first time in history, anybody in the industry, anybody in your community can buy gold. Guys, for 70, 80, 90 rand, you can buy, instead of 0.1 gram, instead of 1 gram, you can buy 0.01 gram. Now, that is fantastic. I was so excited about this that I bought quite a few of the cash golds, spent quite a few euros and acquiring those cash gold and brought it to me to South Africa. Now, you know, if we understand what's going on here and that we have to start safeguarding ourselves against devaluation and inflation that's happening in the industry, because we all know that the rand or the dollars that you've got, if you've got a 100 rand note in your pocket, that 100 rand note is buying today less items today than what you could have bought a year ago. And that same 100 rand note that you have today, a year from now, will buy less items in the supermarket or at the store. Now, for us to safeguard ourselves is to move whatever we can into gold. So before I'm gonna show you guys how we help our community to generate cash flow to buy gold, I want to log into my account and I want to show you, and this is now for the new members, but this is also now for the current leaders that are in the team. I want to show you guys where to get the information about the next incentive, which is Las Vegas 2018 January. So when you click on, once you've logged into your back office, click on General, and you can go to Downloads. So click on General, go to Downloads. From Downloads, I want you to click on English, and on the English, you click on Incentive. Once you've got it, you'll see that it says Karatbars Freedom Celebration 2018. And now this, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm speaking now especially to every single one, and even if you just joined us for the first time today, I want to congratulate you, because this is today the right time in your journey of looking for opportunity that you have joined the company and a team. You couldn't have chosen a better time to start working with us in Karatbars. This incentive has just been launched. It's technically launched on the 18th of June, and it's going to go on until the 31st of October. So once you start, so obviously as you started now, and remember now, even if you, and there's 4 packages that you can choose, ladies and gentlemen. You can choose a bronze package, you can choose a silver package, a bronze, or a VIP. Now, even the best package to choose is obviously the VIP. The reason being, on VIP you get maximum commission of 20%, and your cycle bonuses are 80 euros. But just keep in mind that the VIP is the best position for you to aim for. It doesn't matter which other positions you are, try to get to VIP. Once you're at VIP, you are done. You've qualified for 20% commission, and you're on the best possible position. But Karatbars has made something very, very unique now, and they've launched this now, which they call 5x5. What does 5x5 mean? 5x5 means that if you, let's say you enroll as a bronze account, it's going to cost you around about 2,000 Rand. So you're going to buy a license, a bronze license. It's going to cost you 2,000 Rand. You have got 5 weeks. This is the 5x5 incentive now. You have got 5 weeks from when you've registered to sign up the same or higher level. So let's say you are a bronze and you sign up 5 people at bronze. Instead of getting the normal commission, because on bronze you only get 5%, for the first 5 weeks they're going to give you 20%. They're going to give you the same as if you would have been a VIP. So they will give you 20%, and as long as you sign up 5 people within the next 5 weeks of your registration, you automatically get upgraded to the next level. So if you sign up as bronze, you can gain upgrade to silver. Now let's say you sign up as silver, same rule again, 5x5. You've got 5 weeks to sign up 5 people. Those 5 people have to be the same level as you or higher, and then obviously you are still on silver, it's 10%, but for the incentive period, for the first 5 weeks, you are going to get 20%, and they will upgrade you. So knowing this strategy and understanding this company, if you guys want a suggestion from my side, go for VIP. You know, sign up to VIP, because that's the best position you can be on. It will give you 20% commission from day one. But if you cannot afford the VIP, then the best position to buy is gold. Buy the gold position, and then activate, and then your 5x5 week starts now. So you've got 5 weeks now to sign up 5 other people. You will get 20% commission instead of 15% commission, because gold is on 15%. So instead of 15% commission, you're going to get 20%. But now listen to this. You will be automatically upgraded to VIP. So this is for the current people that's in the team, or that just joined us today. That 5x5 starts today. It's already started, but you can qualify. And if you are on this call today, and you might have opened your account a year ago, and let's say your account is still not paid, it's a blue account, a blue dot, you haven't paid for your account. If you activate your account today, your 5x5 incentive starts from today. So Karatbars has made it very, very easy, and Karatbars wants everybody that's in the team to start participating and start saving into gold, guys. Very, very important. You know, use this opportunity for the next few weeks to activate your account. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. We don't know if the company is going to do that again. So for us now, use this opportunity. If you've got a blue account, a free account, activate your account today. Your 5x5 week will start, meaning that you've got 5 weeks to introduce 5 other people at your level and higher, and you will automatically be upgraded. So if you want to beat the system, the crypt notes, my crypt note to you is start with a gold. Try to go with gold, get other 5 people to get to gold, and then you automatically will be upgraded into VIP. Now, Condre, obviously you guys all know Condre, and Condre likes to tweak the system a bit further. So he has challenged the leaders 5x5x5. What does that mean? Once you start today, you've got 5 weeks to enroll 5 people. But once you've enrolled those 5 people, and Condre will help and teach you guys that a bit later, help your 5 people to get their 5 people. And so just keep that in mind. For our team, we're taking the 5x5 the step further by activating another 5, but we will do that a bit on a later coaching session with the coaches alone. But just keep that in mind. So the incentive, guys, is very much the same incentive as it was running the previous one. But this time, instead of Germany, the event is going to be in Las Vegas in January 2018. So, you know, you need to qualify 600 IP. Right on the bottom of this document, it shows you how you activate how do you get your incentive points. Just remember that for you to get 2 tickets, you need to get at least 600 IP points. Now, look at the rest of the incentive that's coming up. But what I want to challenge you is, you know, there's 2 tickets with 1,500 traveling allowance. So basically, you can build your team, you know, get commission, cycle, and the company is going to give you money and tickets to go to the event in Las Vegas. So if you've got 4,000 points, you will qualify with 1,500 euros and the tickets event. Now, what's important, and this they made very, very clear to us, ladies and gentlemen, I think it was a huge privilege for Conrad and myself to be at the CEO reception dinner. At this current event in Germany, it was only 25 people that were invited to go. But for the Las Vegas one, they have opened it up to 50 of the first qualifiers. Now, listen to this. We need to be very clear on this. You need to work very fast. You need to make sure that you qualify for the incentive in this period, in this incentive period, because the first 50 people that is qualified to activate their qualification for the CEO reception dinner, they will be invited to that. And I must tell you, for that CEO dinner, we were spoiled rotten. We were treated like royalty. There was no cost put aside for us. You know, Conrad and myself had a meeting with Mr. Seitz in his office afterwards, and I complimented him. I said, Mr. Seitz, it's amazing what the company has done for the country leaders and the incentive winners. You know, this must have cost you a lot of money. And, you know, he looked at me without even hesitating. He said, Tony, this was not a cost and expense for us. This is an investment in our leaders. And when I heard that, you know, I just glowed with excitement, because I know that this company has got the right values and the right ethics in this company to build a company with a strong leadership culture. So they are actually taking the network marketing or the direct sales industry to the next level, making sure that their top leaders are being looked after very, very well. If you start qualifying for 8,500 IP points, you're going to get the 1,500 euros allowance, plus the 2 tickets, plus a mountain bike. The higher you qualify, you can qualify now for the e-bike. I've never seen this before, but that looks interesting. You can qualify on 18,000 points for tickets, the cash, and a Rolex Oyster watch. If you go further, and that's what we became very excited when they announced this to us, guys, on 32,000 points, you're going to get a tickets, you're going to get a cash, plus you're going to get a Ford Focus or a Nissan Sedan in other countries. So that's in Europe, but in other countries it would be the Nissan. If you want to go for a higher level, the 50,000 points, and I know there are leaders in our team that's got their eye on this one. I might not mention names, but his initials are, he's a DR, he's a doctor. So some of our leaders have got their eye on this specific qualification, which is 50,000 points, 2 tickets, 1,500 euros in allowance for your travel, and a Jeep. And then the higher position, the 60,000, and I know definitely there's one leader in our team that's got his eye on this one. At 60,000 points, you're going to get 2 tickets, $1,500, and a Mercedes or a Chevrolet Colorado if you live in another country. Now, guys, if there are 10 people, if there are 100 people that qualified more than 60,000 points, 100 people are going to get Mercedeses, are going to get the cars. So they made it very clear to us that at this levels, any of the levels that you are qualifying as a car, that if there is 1 or there is 10 or there is 100 incentive winners on that categories, that's how many cars will be dished out at the event to the incentive winners of that. So this is huge, guys. I've never seen an incentive this lucrative and this favorable for us in the industry as affiliates and partners of a company and that. So, you know, get yourself acquainted with this, get yourself going. The points, if you want to know how the points works, right at the bottom of this PDF, you can see that a VIP will give you 200 points, and a premium package will give you 1,000, and a professional premium will give you 2,000 points, and all the other products will give you. So they're all there. Go and work it out. What's your best strategy? Stick to that, what we've done before, because that is how we were able as a team to qualify for the highest positions in this company with the best stream strategy. So guys, Conde will spend a bit of time with you guys later on with the coaches on the strategy, personal strategy that Conde is implementing in the team. We are obviously very, very excited about this incentive. We want to take as many coaches and many leaders in our team to Las Vegas in January. It's already a hectic year this year, but it's going to be, next year is going to start hectic again with another trip to Las Vegas with some of you guys joining us on that trip. So we're very excited about this incentive. Make sure that you qualify. Do not waste time with this, guys. You know. So what is our formula? Our formula is when a person comes into our team, they open a savings account in gold. And the savings account in gold is a Karatbars account. So that's the first thing that you have to do, is help your people to open their savings account. Let them decide what package they want to buy. And the package that they buy obviously will help them to qualify on a higher commission structure. But then, and this is what made our team so successful in the industry. A lot of people in the industry want to know what we are doing, and we are not telling them because we only share this secret, this formula with team leaders in our team, and that's the cash flow projects that we follow. Now, the cash flow projects that we follow, the Bitcoin mining, The first one that I'm going to introduce you to is Lifestyle Galaxy, or Galaxy Mining, as we are rebranding now from the 1st of July. Skill Dragon will be officially now Lifestyle Galaxy, Galaxy Mining. And this platform, ladies and gentlemen, is Bitcoin mining. Now, most of you on the call might already know Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, but some of you that joined us today for the first time, some of you might not know what is Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is a digital currency. It's like rands and dollars and euros. The only difference, it's not paper money. It's not a fiat currency. So what's fiat currency? A fiat currency is a currency that's printed by the Reserve Bank of a country. Now, most people think when they hear Reserve Bank of South Africa, or the Fed in America, or the Reserve Bank in Portugal, or the Reserve Bank in Zimbabwe, that Reserve Bank belongs to the government and slash to the population or the citizens of the country. Now, a Reserve Bank, ladies and gentlemen, does not belong to a country and does not belong to the citizens of the country. The Reserve Bank of the countries, all reserve banks in the world, are privately owned. It's a private entity owned by private families, private people in their own private capacity, and it's got nothing whatsoever to do with the citizens of that country. Now, that is what fiat currency is, or fiat money is. Bitcoin, internet money, is a new currency that started in 2009. Guys, this is 8 years ago. 8 years ago, 2009, Bitcoin started. And what's unique about Bitcoin is that Bitcoin, there can only be, that's why we are so excited about Bitcoin, there can only be 21 million Bitcoins ever produced. It is not like fiat currency. It's not like paper money, which can be printed continuously by the reserve banks in the world and that. So this makes Bitcoin very, very unique. You guys will notice that, and I'm going to show you a graph, that when Bitcoin started in 2009, it started as 0.0002 American cents. Basically less than 1 American cent you could pick up a Bitcoin for. And it's come of age, guys, where the traction, the volume in the industry has helped this Bitcoin now to grow in value, where today you are looking at Bitcoin at $2,560 for one Bitcoin. Now, some people might say, yeah, Tony, but you know, nobody can afford or nobody can buy this Bitcoin. I want to draw your attention to the volume in 24 hours. Have a look at this volume here. Over $1 billion of Bitcoin has been moved, traded in the industry this past 24 hours between people that has got Bitcoins and people that wants Bitcoin. Or payment has been done, or something happened, but people moved money in the industry. So in 24 hours, more than $1 billion of fiat currency has moved in this industry from people to people. Now, why is that important for you? It's very important for you to know this because Bitcoin is decentralized. It means it's not owned by a government, it's not owned by a country. Technically, it's not even owned by any individual. That it cannot be controlled by any corporation or any group or any individual. Bitcoin is for the masses, it's for everybody. And because it's for everybody, I want to draw your attention now for the second time to this value here. Look at the market cap, $103 billion. That's how big this market cap is of this industry. Now that $103 billion, guys, that is sitting in people's pockets. It's not sitting in government's pockets. It's not sitting in banks' pockets. It's sitting in people's pocket. Normal people like you and myself. If you do not have a slice of this cake, it means that you are not in Bitcoin. You are not in the cryptocurrency industry. And that's why I'm so glad you made it to today's call. Be sure to follow up and take action after this call today. Conde will tell you what's the next steps when we are done. But I want you to be very, very aware of what's going on in the industry. Currently, Bitcoin is the most valuable currency in the industry. More valuable than dollars, more valuable than euros, more valuable than pounds. One Bitcoin is 2,560 Bitcoins. So when I saw Bitcoins for the first time, now remember that I was already in Bitcoin, I was already in Karatbars, I was already in gold. My frustration is, at that time, 2 years ago, is that my team and my leaders were not buying gold. I was buying gold. I wanted to buy more gold, and I was continuously buying more gold. But my team and my team leaders, they were not buying gold. And when I questioned them is, why are you not buying gold? They would tell me, listen, Tony, I don't have cash flow. There's no money. And that led me to ask the question, is there a way that we can help our team to generate cash flow? So when I saw Bitcoin for the first time, January 2015, when I saw Bitcoin, I said, Bitcoin is digital gold. So if this is digital gold, it's got the same characteristics as gold, it's valuable, it holds the value of your wealth, it protects your wealth, it can grow your wealth. So when I saw that and I understand that and I understood that, I said to myself, Tony, we don't want to be the end user. We also don't want to be the middleman. We don't want to buy low and sell high like a trader. I was asking myself, if this is so new technology, if this is so new information, is there a way for us to be at the source of this? Meaning, I was asking myself, who produces Bitcoins? How does Bitcoin come to life? And that led me to Bitcoin mining. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is why this is so important for us. Our Bitcoin mining operation has only got one functionality, and our functionality here is to help you to generate cash flow. And you can use this cash flow, because what is Bitcoin mining now? Bitcoin mining is the equipment. We buy equipment in the industry because Bitcoin is a digital currency, it's a cryptocurrency. It needs to function with hardware. It's like if you want to send an email, you cannot send an email if you do not have a smartphone or a laptop. So you have to have hardware. Now, Bitcoin's cryptocurrency needs to come to existence, needs to move with hardware in place. Meaning there must be a server type of thing that helps Bitcoins to move from one person to another person, like you would have sent an email to another person. Now, that movement of Bitcoins or validating Bitcoins is what we call the blockchain. And that blockchain is what the hardware then becomes for us. So we go out, we buy hardware, and we put that hardware in warehouses, mining farms. Those machines get switched on, and they start verifying all the transactions, that $1 billion of transactions that you saw earlier on in the industry happening in 24 hours. We as Bitcoin miners in the industry, we help to secure the blockchain. We help to verify the transactions in the industry. Remember why we are doing that? Because governments do not do this, because they do not own Bitcoins. They don't own Bitcoin. Different countries do not own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is for everybody in the industry. And those of us that understands how to do this are the ones that's participating in there. That is why, once again, I'm so happy that you're on this call today, because I'm inviting you to come into our team. I'm inviting you to start participating with us. Start working with our coaches. Start working with our leaders in our team, and let them start taking you by the hand and help you to set up all your accounts so that you can start generating cash flow. Now, how do we generate cash flow? So You will notice this is a back office that I've got on Skill Dragon, which from the 1st of July will be Galaxy Mining with the rebranding. Now, this is just a summary of what I've got, my dashboard, my Dragon Mine dashboard. Now, you will notice that I've got 68,000 gigahash, meaning that I've already bought hardware. That hardware has got mining speed or mining capacity, hash power. And you will notice that I've got a total of 122. So that's 68 with the compounding, meaning that the Bitcoins that I'm mining every day, instead of using that Bitcoins, I've got two choices. I can use those Bitcoins, take it out, move it, and do something with those Bitcoins, go and buy coffee, go and buy groceries, or I can go and buy gold, or I can go and I can buy more hash power for myself. And that's what I've done here on this specific place. I've gone from 68 to 122,000 because I've repurchased more hash power. Now, because I've got 122 total gigahash, I'm going to show you the history now and let you understand how Bitcoin mining works. Because we are a Bitcoin mining farm, an operation, we hit and we mine Bitcoins on a daily basis. And as we mine Bitcoins on a daily basis, it gets distributed back to our community according to the hash power that you own. So because of my 122,000 hash power that I've got, I was able yesterday to mine 0.02237 Bitcoins. Now, at the dollar value of Bitcoins yesterday, that was $57.26. So you will notice that to 28 to 27 to 26, I am mining Bitcoins on a daily basis. And I can do whatever I want with those Bitcoins. I can use those Bitcoins to buy more hash power, which currently I'm doing here, or I can use this Bitcoins to withdraw the Bitcoins to a e-wallet or a blockchain wallet, and I use then that Bitcoins there, guess what? To buy my gold. So if you understand what we are doing here, you will understand that we are using cryptocurrency to start printing our own money in the industry, and money in brackets. So we are printing our own cryptocurrency in the industry. We are using those cryptocurrencies with a certain few steps then and converting that over and saving that into gold. And by doing that, we are technically getting our gold for free. Now, we obviously are involved and participate with Skill Dragon. But one of the companies that we started with right in the beginning, when I saw it the first time, is Bitclub. And I'm very, very excited about Bitclub, guys, because I opened my account with Bitclub in October 2015, and Joby Weeks, that hopefully will be on this call a bit later. I've got to meet Joby even before we started with Bitclub. I actually met Joby a few years prior to that at a convention in Dallas with one of the previous companies that we were involved in. And at that time, Joby was involved and he was minting his own silver coins. And that's where I was introduced the first time to Joby Weeks. So although we were in a nutrition company, here was a gentleman that where all the nutrition guys were talking, he was talking about silver coins. So that intrigued me, and I never forgot the name Joby Weeks, and I never forgot that he was involved in currency, not in currency, but in silver. So when I got to hear about Bitclub, and I started taking note of Bitclub, I noticed that Joby Weeks was one of the founders of Bitclub, and that drew my attention immediately because I already knew the connection. I knew Joby. At that time, I didn't know him very well, but I knew of Joby, and I knew that he came highly recommended in our circle of friends in that previous company. So when I saw the name Joby Weeks connected to Bitclub, and I saw the operation, you guys will notice here that on the 16th of the 10th, 2015, I opened my first mining pool with Bitclub. And a few weeks later, I bought the $1,000 pool, and then a few weeks later, I bought the $2,000 pool, and that allowed me now to become a founder at that time. So I was very, very excited about Bitclub, and that was the first, well, actually the second platform at that time that that gave me a bit of insight on what Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining is. And in the beginning, it was very tough, guys. In the beginning, a lot of people in the industry did not understand Bitcoin mining. They did not understand what Bitcoin mining is. And a lot of flack was given, especially to Bitclub, because Bitclub was one of the first guys in the industry, guys, to set the network platforms so that anybody can participate. And for that, I've got a high respect for Bitclub, because they were one of the first guys in the industry to do that. And we must be very grateful for them. So I'm very grateful for Joby. I'm very grateful for the rest of the founders, the Rush, and the rest of the guys in the industry with Bitclub. They've done a magnificent job in putting this platform together for us, and for us to participate and to mine Bitcoins. So you guys will notice that my mining settings are on 100%. So everything that I mine, guys, everything that I mine, I push back into buying a bigger share of that pool. So you guys will notice that I started with 1 share on each. That's when I started. But up until today, which is nearly 2 years, October this year will be 2 years that I'm mining with Bitclub, I already own 2.4 shares of pool 1, 2.4 of pool 2, and 2.3 of pool 3. So the reason I've been able to going up from 1 share up till this is because of the compounding effect that is taking place. And every few days, the system is allocating my newly Bitcoins that I'm mining to a new portion of the pool. Now, that said, how do we make money out of Bitclub? Well, we make money out of Bitclub because of the network. So because everybody else in the team is mining Bitcoin, Bitclub gives you a portion of that what they are mining for you. Now look at this infinity commission, guys. Currently, we're sitting at 2%. So some of you, if you look at your infinity position, you are only earning 1%. That is why I'm going to encourage you, guys, to as soon as possible become a founder and become and go up in ranks. So how do you know where the ranks is? You just click on your ranking position here. Most of you will start as a miner. You are a miner once you have paid your $99 membership fee. Once you've paid your $99 membership fee, and you have acquired a pool, a share in a pool, pool 1, pool 2, or pool 3, you then technically become a miner. So just follow the steps to say how do you go from a miner to a builder, and from a builder to a pro builder. So as you are qualifying to go higher in the ranks, you are going to be earning more commissions from the network side that the company pays you out. And this becomes very lucrative, guys, very, very, very lucrative. So you will see that when someone else in the team cycles, meaning when they cycle $200, I get a matching of $10. So if you help your team to grow and they make a cycle commission of $200, you are going to get a matching of $10, guys. Sorry, this was our commission on being a member, yeah. So very, very important. Do not think this 19 cents is not money, guys. This 19 cents, there's 25 entries on this page from the top to the bottom. Those are all the 28. There is 4 or 5 pages full of entries only on one day. There's page number 4 on the 28, still page number 5 on the 28. Let's look at page number 6. Okay, page number 6, still the 28. So we're looking at 6 pages, guys, just over 6 pages with 25 entries each of commissionable revenue that you get from your team that are mining Bitcoins below you. So start getting going, make sure that you start mining with Bitclub. Make sure you start mining with Skill Dragon, Galaxy Mining with us. And use the Bitcoins, guys. Use the Bitcoins that you are generating to start helping you to start buying gold on a weekly basis. And as you start buying gold on a weekly basis, guys, you are going to start protecting your wealth. And I'm going to start coming to an end now and give you over to Condre. And then Condre can maybe ask a few questions. And then I will address those questions as he asks. But guys, take this opportunity to start learning from us. And we've got quite a few coaches that are ready, waiting to help you to get started in our team. All that you have to do is just raise your hands. You just have to say, listen, I'm ready. I want to get going. What's the next step? And the coaches are going to get hold of you. They are going to take you to the next steps. They're going to open a Karatbars account for you. You are going to start opening a savings account in gold. And then we are going to help you to start mining Bitcoins. Use the Bitcoins that you mine and start. You can use it for your lifestyle. You can use it to pay for your expenses. But start putting a percentage, 10%, 20% of that what you make. Start putting that aside and start pushing that on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis over into gold. And the sooner you can start that, guys, the sooner you will see that your wealth is going to start accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. This formula that you have seen, that you see here, we started 3 years ago. And the past 2 years with the Bitcoin minings that we've introduced, that has helped our community to go to the next level, we have been breaking records in the industry, guys. This formula is working. It's working beautifully. People are starting to understand it. It's not difficult, guys. This is not difficult. This might be the first time that you see this. So it might be overwhelming for you, but this is definitely not difficult. This is only new information. So, guys, get ready. Start raising your hands. Get hold of Katesh. Get hold of Condre. They will allocate you to one of the coaches, and the coaches is going to help you to go through these processes. So obviously I've only shown you 3 of the platforms that we are using. There are others that we are also using, but for now we are going to stay on these 3 for today's call, so that you don't become overwhelmed. Understand that the formula that we've got here, people are taking notes. I've just arrived in South Africa again. People in Europe that met us, in Germany, are already contacting me, and they private messaging me, say, listen, Tony, I want to know how you guys are achieving that. How are you guys breaking some of the records in this industry? What are you guys doing? How do you help your team? We've never ever seen such a high duplication in a team like what we're seeing happening currently in the industry with you guys. So know that this is working, guys. It's working beautifully. All that you have to do is, just get in contact, make sure that you get hold of Katesh or Condre or myself, and then we will allocate you a coach, and the coach will take you to the journey. So Condre, over to you, and if there's any questions that you want to ask me, please shoot, Condre.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tony, and great job. On that score, ladies and gentlemen, like Tony rightfully put out about Karatbars, and I know he's touched on it quite extensively, but the fact of the matter is, what an amazing, just think about it, what an amazing opportunity it is to actually build a portfolio of gold which is costing you absolutely nothing. Think about it. When you take a small, modest portion of your Bitcoin mining on a regular basis and you transition it to your Karatbar, where you're building long-lasting wealth. We can say whatever we like about cryptocurrencies. It's a remarkable model. There's no doubt it's here to stay. But at the same time, guys, solid, rock-solid wealth principles dictate that one will always have a strong foundation. There's no doubt whatsoever in my mind that if you are really and truly serious about wealth creation, that gold would be in integral key component of your strategy. There's no point in just going for the cash flow, as much as we all enjoy and love and adore and very excited and very passionate about the cryptocurrencies. But it's always the right thing to do is to anchor some of your wealth in something as solid as gold. Gold has always been the real form of money, and it always will continue to be so. So that is absolutely crucial. You know, do yourself a massive favor. When we're done with this call, go onto Google and just type in the gold price over the last 200 years and have a look at the date and time that you were born, and search on your birth year the price of gold, and have a look and see what's the gold price now, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll be pleasantly surprised. If you can start building yourself a gold portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, you're doing yourself a massive favor. I often recall my firstborn, where my late father-in-law rushed out and bought him a policy on the time, or at the time when he was born. By the time my firstborn had to leave school and go to university, there was barely enough to buy him a totally dilapidated jalopy with that amount of money with that policy. However, had my late father-in-law bought him a piece of gold, of course, at the time he didn't know of better. At the time he never had the right tool available, such as Karatbars. If only he had done that. And I've been very fortunate and blessed that I've been exposed to this, and certainly rest assured what I personally do is I on a consistent basis, weekly and monthly, buy gold for my children, my wife, myself, and of course my grandchild. And I have no doubt my grandchild is 3 years old. By the time he leaves school, guys, no financial conventional policy of any sort or size or shape or form can stand up with that. Likewise, I anchor them also by giving them the cash flow through the Bitcoin mining. It's just an absolutely remarkable model. What really strikes home me tonight also is that whether it's Karatbars, whether it's Skill Dragon, whether it's Bitclub, doesn't matter, guys. All three of these opportunities give individuals the option to just simply invest. And if you just purely want to invest, then fine, by all means, buy gold, buy gold, buy gold, buy Bitcoin mining, buy Bitcoin mining, buy Bitcoin mining. But if you really and truly want to really move forward, and for those of you, some of you that are listeners on this call might not just be purely investors. Some of you might be inclined or open to referring some of your friends and relatives, and also do give them the benefit of being able to be aware of these opportunities and be aware of the power of these opportunities that we have at our fingertips. When you do so, the benefit of this is absolutely remarkable. I'm going to ask Tony to come back on and just share with you guys a little bit of the compensation in all of these models, both Karatbars as well as Skill Dragon as well as Bitclub. Specifically on the compensation models, if you don't mind, Tony, I'm reminded about personally my own. If I look at my, all the years I've been in conventional business, for those of you that never met me, I left school at a very early age, fortunately for me, and I've always been in business, and I've been in hardworking type businesses such as retail and so forth. I've been able to build an incredibly big business and then fortunate enough to sell it. But where I'm sitting today, and I look back at my career today, and I can tell you now on Sunday next weekend, I'll have the privilege to speak on the stage with Robert Kiyosaki in Johannesburg. And the bottom line is, Robert specifically wanted me to talk there simply because of the power of Bitcoin. Somebody like Robert Kiyosaki openly admits and acknowledges the incredible power of something like Bitcoin mining. He acknowledges the incredible power of network marketing. Robert has been going on record for many, many years saying that if he could turn his career around and start all over again, he would have gone on the route of network as a business model. He would have picked guys like Donald Trump has gone on record, regardless of what we might think of Donald Trump or not as a president. But the point is, he certainly knows how to make money. And, you know, he's gone on record several times where he said, listen, if I can turn my career around, I would have done so in network marketing. Now, myself, I've never, ever been in network marketing until such time that I came across the incredible model of the gold combined with the Bitcoin mining, because everybody's successful, regardless of whether they recruit or not. Everybody's successful because of the mining profits. Those that are just purely investing in gold are still successful because they're putting themselves ahead of inflation. Now, if that's not the ultimate success story, I don't know. What an amazing story to go and tell your friends and colleagues, and allow them to benefit in the same way that you do. In which case, if you do, Tony's going to take you through the incredible compensation models. And when you start looking and understanding the incredible power of these compensation models, if you so wish to utilize them, and be clear, ladies and gentlemen, nobody forces you to partake in Bitclub or Skill Dragon, any of the Bitcoin mines. You will move forward and make wild profits, wild, insane, beyond your wildest dream profits just on your Bitcoin mining. And you never ever have to recruit somebody. However, if you never ever recruit somebody, just think about it. How many people are there that you care for that really and truly could have benefited from it had you merely told them? And if you decide to do tell them, Tony's going to take you through how you can benefit. But be very sure, guys, all of these opportunities give you both options. If you want to just invest for your own benefit and buy gold every single month and make sure you're ahead of inflation, make sure you've hedged yourself against the currencies, make sure you've got liquid money that's recognized globally, make sure that you got the real money in the world and you're holding it in your fingertips, and you want to benefit from the cash flow mining, the cash flow from the Skill Dragon and the Bitcoin mining, through Bitclub and Skill Dragon, no problem. If you only want to invest, no problem whatsoever. But I do urge you to carefully listen when Tony takes you through the compensation plans. I mean, I look at my Bitclub business and I have to say to myself, this is the ultimate business. I look at my Skill Dragon back office and I have to say to myself, this is the ultimate business. Clients that I sold a contract or a package to years ago, is still a client. They're happy, they're making a profit every single day, and because they're making a profit every single day without them doing any form of recruitment, guess what? They're happy, and because they're happy, their investments is growing, and because their investments is growing, my income is growing, and I get a daily income or a benefit from this. This is just absolutely, in my mind, the ultimate business model, bar none. Tony, so if you wouldn't mind very much to just take us through some of these compensation plans, please, Tony.
Thank you, Condre. I will gladly do that. Let's start with Bitclub. What is very important to understand is that, and I'm just going to repeat again what Condre said, because this is a fundamental difference in the industry. If you can make money here without recruiting, and that is on the Bitcoin mining side. So even if you come into and you didn't recruit, you are still mining Bitcoins, you are still making money, and this is going to make money for you continuously as long as you are mining with the platform. Now, if you decide you want to help other people start doing and participating in this, We call this a binary tree. So Bitclub uses the binary principle, meaning it's got a tree, a left and a right leg. You'll see here is my account. I've got a left leg and I've got a right leg. You'll see that I have got points, 4,237 points on the left, and I've got 13 points on the right. Now that 13 points on the right is just volume that has come through from the teams. Now where is this volume coming from? So how did I get here? Sorry guys, how did I get here? I clicked on team in my back office, and then I went to binary tree. Now, where did these points come from? So every time when someone, anybody, it doesn't have to be someone that put in by me, I can put in someone, or someone else can introduce people to Bitclub Network's mining operation. So even if it's myself or anybody else in the team, when they buy a pool 1, there are 3 points that goes through the tree. If you buy a pool 2, it's 6 points, and if you buy pool 3, it's 12 points. If you buy a founder's position, that means that you bought one of each, then it's 21 points. It's a 12, the 6 is 18, plus the 3, it's 21 points. So when do we cycle? This is very, very important. We cycle, for you to cycle, and in Bitclub you cycle $200, meaning that you have to have 15 points on the one leg, which I've got 4,000 points. There's more than enough points there. So I need 15 points on the one leg, which left is qualified, and I need 15 points on the right leg. So once I've got 15 and 15, the system will match it, it will link it, and then it will pay out $200 for me. That's what we call a cycle bonus. Now, when you enroll people into your tree, we always teach, guys, and follow the team strategy. Do not go and do something different than a team. We follow the strategy of only building the outside left leg or the outside right leg. So if I had to enroll someone today, in which leg did I have to put him in? Can I put him in the left leg? No, I cannot put him in the left leg because my left leg has got too much points already. I need to go and put the next person that I'm enrolling on the right leg because that's where I need the points. So if someone comes in today, they enroll and they just buy a pool 1, which is $500, there will be 3 points that goes to the 3. That 3 points will be added to the 13, becomes 16. That means that I will then cycle $200. So that is one of the most important rules for you to understand and how to build your binary. So just build on the outside left, on the outside right, but always focus on the leg that's the shortest leg. So currently, you guys can see that I am forced to go and build my right leg because my right leg is the weak leg. So we call this the weak leg, the money leg, because as I'm working in the weak leg, it's making money for me. That's the money leg. The leg with the most points is what we call then the power leg. Now this can change. If this money leg eats up all the points, this money leg can become the power leg, and then the other leg will then become the alternative. So yours might be different. It depends which points you have. So it's either your left or your right leg is going to be your weak leg, and you only focus in your weak leg. Now, for you to be qualified, for you to earn these commissions, you have to sponsor at least 2 people. So when you come in, you have to at least sponsor 1 person on the left, and you have to sponsor 1 person on the right. Once you've done that, once you've placed 1 left, 1 right, you are binary qualified. And now all that you have to do is help your team to get their teams going, or keep on, enrolling more people, helping more people to get started. And that's what I do. So I do a combination of the 2. I keep on enrolling more people, and I also keep helping my team to grow by working with them and doing whatever it needs for them to grow. So I have a combination of the two in there. So that's one of the most, there are many other commissions that you are going to receive. I am just going to touch on two of the most important ones. The first one was the binary commission, which is a $200. And now I'm going to show you, if I click on Bitcoin Wallet and I go to my history of transactions, I'm going to show you now these pages. Now, remember I told you earlier on this webinar that I've got 5-6 pages of small entries. So currently, I'm making around about $56, $57 a day, every day. You will notice that I withdrew Bitcoins. I'll show you where. I think I withdrew Bitcoins 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Let's go to 27, 28. I think it was a 26. Let's go a bit back. It's still the 27th. So let's just get a page where I can show you guys where I withdrew. Yeah. So here you guys can see that on the 27th of this month, which was, where are we today? The 29th, which was 3 days ago, I withdrew 0.84474 Bitcoin. So that was around about $2,000 that I withdrew. Yeah, so $2,155 that I withdrew from Bitclub. So I withdrew that out. That went to my Bitcoin debit card, and that debit card I can use now to buy gold, or I can use that debit card to pay for my hotel here in Bloemfontein, or to pay for my expenses that I've got in that. Okay. So what's important for us to understand, and I want to show you one of the bigger other commissions that is getting in here. One of the other ones that's very, very important is this infinity commission. Can you guys see this infinity commission? Currently, before, I was only earning 1% on infinity commission. That means when these guys, when this person enrolls, when this person compounds, I get 1% of their compounding amount. But since I've qualified to a pro builder, which happened a few weeks ago, my 1% has gone up to 1.5%. And this infinity commission on this level was 1%, it went up to 2%. So some of them went up to 2%, and some of them, it depends on which team they are, went up from 1 to 1.5%. Now, this becomes a very, very, very powerful exercise, guys. Like I said, do not underestimate this little 14 cents, 20 cents, because these all add up. And over a few days, a few weeks, you know, your Bitcoin starts accumulating, and then at any given time, you can withdraw it and you can use it. So the binary $200 is very, very important. Once someone in your team starts receiving, and they cycled a $200, you get a matching of a $10 for that. So the more you can help your team, guys, the more you can help your team to cycle, meaning for them to make a binary of $200, for them to balance their legs, you get a matching of that of $10. So you can get multiples of this, guys. I mean, just look at all these pages. I'm already on page 18, and that's only the 25th, guys. So understand that the infinity commission that you are getting from your team below you, that is compounding. They are repurchasing more gigahash, more shares into the pool here. You are getting a percentage of that top up on it. So that's very, very important. And the bigger you can become in your team, the more this income will be for you on a daily basis. So those few pointers are the most crucial. There are 6, 7 other types of income you can get with Bitclub. You can actually go and download it yourself by just clicking on opportunity. Go and look at the compensation plan and work it out. Go through it yourself. But I've mentioned the most important ones that are the ones that you are seeing every day. Let's go to Skill Dragon, Lifestyle Galaxy, Galaxy Mining, as it will be from the 1st of July. And I am going to show you here now, how does this work? So in Galaxy Mining, Lifestyle Galaxy, we also follow a binary system. So you'll see, here's my account. I've got a left leg and I've got a right leg. You guys will see that my left leg is 2,000 points and my right leg is 278 points. So how does this work here? For you to cycle here in Galaxy Mining, you have to have 900 points, which of the 900 points, 300 must be on the one leg and 600 must be in the other leg. So you can see that my left leg has already got more than enough. I've already got 2,000 points there, so that's already past the 600. And on my right leg, I need another 22 points, because the 22 points on that will make it 300, and then I will cycle. So where does these points come from? These points on this tree, when we put this compensation plan together, we took the best out of the best that we could in the industry. And you guys will notice now, so every day, this is not today, the 29th, every day when people pay their monthly fee. So for you in Galaxy Mining to participate in the binary tree, this is only for the people that are building a team. You have got a monthly fee of $30. That $30 generates 30 points in the tree. So that's one way of getting points. The second point is when people open new accounts. So here I've got 1, 2, 3 people today that opened new accounts in the tree, and 200 points was generated in the tree because of those new accounts. But now this is what I'm excited about. Everybody in our team that is mining, it generates CV points for you in the tree. So the bigger their accounts are, the bigger they are mining, the more points you will start getting in your tree because of, and this all adds up, guys. So even if nobody's enrolls anymore, and the team doesn't grow with membership, you guys will agree with me. Sorry, I have to go to. You guys will agree with me. Just because of the compounding effect, just because of that, what's going to happen in the next few hours from today until tomorrow morning 6:30, when the CV point comes through, that 278 will have increased to over 300, and then I will cycle again another $50. So a binary cycle in Galaxy Mining is worth $50. $50, you need 600 points on the one and 300 points the other. Now, let's have a look at how the commissions are looking on a daily basis for us. So I go to accounting, I click on history, and from here I can now see a summary, a ledger summary of my income on a daily basis. So let's have a look at what's happening currently on the 29th. So on the 29th today, I've already made $10 from DC Gold. So that means that DC Gold cycled $50. So I got a matching of $10. RFMQS, he cycled $50 and I got a matching of $10. Nat and they cycled $50 today and I got a matching of $10. And then the third level, they cycled $50 and I got a matching on the third level of $5. Now, so today I've already made $35 on this account. And let's have a look at yesterday. So yesterday, the 28th, let's have a look at the 28th. So yesterday on the 28th, I did a $50 because I cycled the first time. I got matching commission, 50 plus another 15, it's 65, 75, 85, plus another cycle that I did last night. So yesterday I did 135 because of my own cycling, meaning that $50 that I got twice, plus the matching commissions that I got from the team below me that also matched in a binary. And now you understand why it's so important for me to do both strategies, where I am continuously enrolling people keep on building the team, but also help the team leaders to build their teams, because it makes sense to do that, guys. We are servant leaders. We have to help our team to make money. If they make money, you're going to make money. So this is one of the most fairest industry. I was privileged last night to do a formal presentation on Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining to RMB Bank. And we went to their head office. I was invited to go. And there was 20, no, sorry, my apologies. There was 18 of RMB's Forex traders and the head of the department in that presentation. And I spent an hour and a half presenting to them on Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. And what is amazing, guys, and this is what the RMB guys, the Rand Merchant Bank traders, they couldn't believe when I told them this. I said, guys, you must understand that we are creating our own currency with Bitcoin mining and Bitcoins, but as we are helping other people to help themselves, we are getting a matching commission. We are being paid to help other people to make money. And that just blew them away. Because their business model is totally different, guys. Their business model is totally different. You know, they charge people funds. They charge people commission, you know, for them to make money for them. So they were totally blown away with the business model that I'm showing you currently right now when I showed that to the Rand Merchant Bank guys yesterday. So let's summarize now on Galaxy Mining. Very, very important. You have to have two legs. Your two legs, just like in Bitclub, has to be qualified. For you to be qualified, you have to have one person on the left and one person on the right. That will help you to qualify for a binary commission. So you need to open your account, you need to start mining, and you need to at least put one person on the left and one person on the right. That one person on the left and the right will help you to start building a team, and the more you help them and you start helping other people also to introduce into the team, your team will start growing. You guys can have a look at my account. Currently I'm sitting on, let's see, on 75, at 7815. So we're looking at 900, is it 925 if my calculations is correct? 925 people in this team. And I started my account here last year, the 1st of March. So yes, I've helped other people to start going, but yes, I'm also helping my team to build in that. So very, very important, guys. You cannot just do the one, because then you're just going to become a manager. You have to do, you need to keep on enrolling people, but you also have to keep on helping your team to grow. If you do that, you are going to become very, very successful in this team or in this industry. So have a look at this account. You're looking at just over 900 people, 925 people, and that 925 people currently is giving this account of mine, you know, 100, 125. Let's look at the previous day, the 27th. The 27th we made 10, 60, 70, 80, $85. On the 26th, let's see how much we made on the 26th. On the 26th, we made 60, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, 115, 165. So this account, on average, is giving me just over $110, $120 per day on about just over 900 people. Some of you that have been watching my videos, you guys will have remembered that around about 600 people, I was averaging about $50, $60 a day. And I've been comparing my account with some of the guys like my upline, that they've got, you know, they started obviously before us, and they've got thousands of people more than us. But in percentage wise, we are in line with what they are earning. So all that we have to do, guys, is keep on building a team. You know, you're also going to start like me. I started with my first account, and then with my first account, I introduced one person on the left, one person on the right, and I just keep on helping people to get started. So I also started with one, guys, you know, and a few weeks later there was 10 people. A few weeks later there was 20, and after a year, like now, you know, we're going now for a year and 2-3 months. There's now over 900 people here. Now, this is so different to the rest of the industry, because if you were in network marketing before joining us, you would remember that when you were in other traditional network marketing companies, that the people that you brought in, or the people that your team brought in, they will only last for a few months and then they will disappear, because they are not they don't keep on buying the products. They don't spend anymore on those products. Now on our platforms, Bitclub, Galaxy Mining, we do not have an expense, guys. We are producing money. So I'm asking you the question, how many of these people will stop mining? Correct. No one will, because everybody is producing their own Bitcoins. So our retention ratio is currently the highest in the industry, guys, because of our business model. And that is why a lot of people in the industry wants to figure out and wants to find out, what are we doing? Why are we successful? Why are we able to break all records in our gold business and in our Bitcoin mining operations? And the reason is that we follow a formula. And that formula has proven over and over and over and again to be the most successful one. And I had dinner last night with one of the top leaders in our industry, and even he acknowledged, guys, even he acknowledged that the model that we have is, he might not agree with it, you know, he might not do it, you know, because his strategy is only to follow one company, and that's fine, you know. But even he acknowledged last night that the formula that we do is very, 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 very powerful. Now, guys, I know it's powerful, because this has helped not just myself, but it's helped many of you in our team to make a passive income. And if you are making a passive income from the one, and you're making a passive income from platform number 2 and platform number 3 and platform number 4, and you've got, let's say, 5 or 6 platforms that are generating passive income from you on a daily, a weekly, and a monthly basis, do you understand how you can get out of your frustrations, how you can get out of your debt, how you can start building your wealth and your wealth empire with what we are doing? So understand the formula, guys. Make sure that you start building a team, and then focus on the cash flow, and start taking the cash flow and start participating in buying more gold. If you start buying more gold, guys, you are just saving your cash. Because remember, that cash in your wallet, try to keep 100 Rand in your wallet. It won't last a week, it won't last a month, guys. If there's money in your wallet, you are going to spend it. You are going to buy a cappuccino, you're going to buy lunch. Like today, we drove to Bloemfontein. I stopped halfway through, we bought biltong and some pies. It was 220 bucks. And I just drove away there. I said, I just bought biltong, and it was like 220 bucks. But we bought this, and and Elisa is helping me out here. She says, it's not me that bought it. It was her that bought it with her money. So I might just remind Annalisa where that money came from, you know. So that money came from the Bitcoin mining operation. So anyway, but it's her money. Anyway, so I bought it and I used my wife's money. Isn't that a crusade? Because usually my wife uses my money. This time I was using her money. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to hear the end of this story later on. It is recording, yeah. So okay, so let's come back to what I want to show you guys here. Guys, if you do not start pushing your money into an asset like gold, you are going to waste your money. You are going to spend it on stuff that does not generate anything for you. Start implementing financial intelligence into your vocabulary. Start implementing that into your life. Start understanding financial intelligence. And if you don't know what is financial intelligence, go and read Robert Kiyosaki's books, guys. Go to the bookshop, go and buy his books, go start reading it. I'm gonna invite you to attend our next training that's happening now in July all over South Africa. Cape Town, Durban, and Johannesburg. It's a 5-day training that we only do with our team members. You need to get hold of tickets. You need to get yourself to those 5 events in Cape Town, Durban, or Johannesburg. You are going to be trained by all our business partners. Conrad Labuskaghni is going to do fantastic training with you guys. Kutsi is going to be there. Rick is going to be there. I'm going to be there. We are going to be training you over and over and over again until you get it. Until when? Until you get it. Guys, you must understand, it did not take me a day or two to learn this stuff. It took me years to learn this stuff. It didn't happen overnight for me, guys. You know, this is years of reading, years of learning, years of attending different seminars all over the world where I paid hundreds of thousands of rands to attend. Some of you that have been working with me for more than 5 years now know which events I've attended. You guys know how much I have paid to attend seminars, guys. I've spent a lot of money on seminars, a lot of money, guys. That has all helped me to develop a mindset, a strategy that is helping me to fulfill my dreams and to fulfill that what I've set out to do and to be financially free in this industry. And I wish that onto every single one of you guys. So I'm going to encourage you guys to attend our events that we are doing in July, and attend those events now, guys, because those events are going to become more scarcer and scarcer as Conrad is starting to travel the world and starting more international talks. I'm so excited about the talk that he's doing next week in Johannesburg with Robert Kiyosaki. There's another talk that we're going to be attending in UK, and then there's another talk that he's going to be doing, and we're going to be attending in Japan. So guys, and that's all in this year, guys. That's still all in this year. So you guys need to make sure that you get hold of us at the next July training, 5-day training, guys. You know, I'm just saying to you guys, do that now before it's too late. Do whatever it takes. Put your leave in at work, and if your leave is full, make a plan. But be at the next training event, guys. You do not want to miss the finer details that we are going to be sharing and teaching with you guys. Obviously, tonight's webinar is a webinar that I'm doing with you guys, and Conrad is sharing with you guys information. But at the workshop, we are going to be intensively working with you on your accounts. It's a live working workshop. I'm going to go into delving into every aspect of the back office for you to understand fully about the compensation plan, which will take us more than 2 hours, guys, to understand the compensation plan just of Karatbars. The strategy just of Karatbars, that's another hour. Just the training, the full training on Karatbars, it's a whole evening training, which is nearly 3 to 4 hours just on this back office, guys. Now, in summary, in a short 2-minute summary, the Karatbar principle is also a binary. Can you guys start to see there's a little thread that's following this whole formula that we're bringing into you guys? Can you see that in Bitclub, in Galaxy Mining, in Karatbars? All of those were what? Binary. We do not build a business if it's not a binary system, guys. This comes out of years of experience in this industry. I've already been doing this full-time, guys, network marketing full-time for 8 years now. The first 5 years, I did not have a binary model. But when I came to understand the binary model, I swore to myself that I will never ever touch again another business if it's not a binary. It's not even worthwhile for me to look at the compensation plan. It's not even worthwhile for me to look at the product if it's not a binary model, because you are not going to get the rewards that you wanted. So I hope you got to understand some of the crucial nuggets in this industry, that binaries is one of the most powerful payout systems that you can find in this industry. So you guys will notice that I've got a left leg, I've got a right leg. For you to be qualified again in Karatbars, you need to add one person on the left, you need to add one person on the right. Once you've done that, you are qualified. You guys now will notice, let's have a look at my legs here. So the left leg, I've got 12,400 people. And on the right leg, I've got 5,500 people. So you tell me which leg must I build? Correct. I have to build my right leg because that is my weak leg. That is my money leg. So I only focus now on enrollment in the left leg, but I support and I work with the team on the left leg to help building the team. Can you see that I'm doing both? I'm enrolling people, but I'm also building and working with the teams so that they can start making their binaries in that. Very, very important strategy. We will speak at length of that at the training. So understand this cycle now. So how does a cycle work in in Karatbars? So in Karatbars, you need to have 50 points on the one leg and 25 points on the other leg. So 50 points, I've got more than enough 50 points here. There's 34,000 points on the left leg, and I need to build now the right leg for me to get to 25 points. Once I've got 25 points here, and because I'm a VIP, I will now cycle 80 euros. So this is why it's so important right in the beginning when I told you that there are 4 types of accounts. There's a bronze account, which will cost you about 2,000 Rand. That is 5% commission. A silver account, which will cost, well, I actually don't know how much it costs now, but it's, let's say it's about 7,000 Rand. A gold, that will give you about 10% commission. A gold account, I'm speaking under correction, guys, I think it's about 12,000 Rand. That will give you 15% commission. And a VIP, I'm speaking under correction, it might cost you about 32 or 35,000 Rand, but that will give you 20% commission. So whatever you do, make sure that you get to VIP as soon as possible, because the cycles, you know, when you've got 25 points and 50 points, and that 25 and 50 equals up to 75, you get paid out. On VIP, you get paid out 80 euros. On gold, you get paid out 60 euros. On silver, 40 euros. On bronze, you only get paid out 10 euros. So guys, it's not even worthwhile for you to build if you're on bronze. So take the incentive of the 5x5 up, meaning that if you are bronze, within the next 5 weeks from now, enroll 5 bronze or higher, and then you will be able to upgrade to silver. The silver can do the same, but if I were you guys, I would, and if I haven't paid my account yet today, I would try to buy a gold account and then do the 5x5. In the next 5 weeks, enroll 5 people in the gold, and then you will be automatically upgraded to VIP, and you will get the direct commissions on 20%. So they will give you, for the first 5 weeks, they will keep you as if you were a VIP with the incentive and that. So use this incentive, guys, to get your account to VIP as soon as possible. Start building a team. Make sure that you cycle by looking at your points and focusing on the leg that's the weaker leg. So like in my leg, again, once again, my leg, the right leg is the weaker leg. That's the money leg. So that is the leg that I'm building. So guys, there is more than 7 commission structures in Karatbars. I'm only talking about the most important one, which is the binary commission that you will see pay out to you on a weekly basis, actually on a daily basis, if you are building and your teams, your points are growing, and then your commission gets paid out every Friday into your card. So at our training event in July, I've allocated about 4 hours full training just on Karatbars, on the whole, everything from Karatbars, strategy, compensation plan, and the best way forward for you in building Karatbars into our strategy. So make sure that you attend our training events that's coming up in July. Just get hold of Katesh or Condre or myself, and we will make sure that you get your tickets to those events and that. So guys, in a summary, understand our philosophy, understand our strategy in our formula. You start with gold. Gold is your insurance. That's your physical asset that you own. You want to own as much as possible of this gold that you can acquire in the next short period of time. So do not waste time. Do not wait for next year. Do not wait for 5 years from now, guys. Do whatever you can for the next few months, the short term, into the short term, for you to acquire as much gold as you possibly can. And the way you are going to acquire your gold is with your Bitcoin and your Bitcoin mining that you're doing with us. Start utilizing that, start using the formula, and start rolling the money. And if you work with us as the coaches, with Condre, he'll put up a budget with you, and then on a monthly or on a weekly basis, you will start allocating funds. Because remember, if you do not allocate your funds, you are going to waste your funds on other stuff. That funds is going to go away. You're not going to have an asset. You're going to spend it on coffee and cappuccino, and you are not going to be building your assets. So guys, start implementing financial intelligence in your life. Start building a base of assets that are growing, and with our compounding formulas that we've had, we will help you to go to the next level. So Condre, I hope that was enough. Obviously, compensation plan is very, very intensive, but that's why I've allocated a lot of time at the training events that we've got in July, and I'm encouraging every single one of the coaches to be there. I'm encouraging every single one of the attendees that are in this call today to attend those training events. It's the only time in July that it's going to be at the next 3 cities. I don't think we will be able to do in future all 3 cities again in 1 month. So Condre, over to you.
Thank you, Tony. And on the last matter, absolutely right. This July will unfortunately and sadly in a way, and great in another way, be the last time ever that we'll be able to offer the 5-day training in all 3 cities, Cape Town, Durban and Johannesburg. Thereafter, we'll be only able to offer it on a rotating basis between Durban, Joburg and Cape Town. Given the international schedule, it's just not going to be possible, as you know, given all the development. Guys, I wanna sort of really just talk about something here. How many of you guys on this call really and truly own your life? Meaning that you get to wake up in the morning and you decide what it is that you want to do. If you want to go to the beach or you want to go on vacation, whatever it is that you want to do. I suspect very few on this call actually owns their life. But I also want to challenge you to just for a moment think, what is it going to take to own your life? Meaning, how much money is it going to take that needs to come in monthly into your bank account without you having to produce that income? And you know what? We all have this idea in our heads that we have to work hard, we have to run this business, we have to do this, we have to do that. That's all a lot of hogwash. Bottom line is, if you want to really and truly own your life, I've been privileged that I've been able to secure financial freedom through conventional business. But I tell you now, that I see people failing through conventional business a dime a dozen per day. I see the casualties day in and day out. I see at the same time how the models that we have here is changing lives by the day, a dime a dozen. I see how somebody in Indonesia, I went to Indonesia with my wife and my kids to go and visit some family there 2 years ago in December 2015, and I just drove around visiting family and having a great time, and I looked around and I just saw the immense poverty, and I just saw how people were living in really very, very, very sad situations. And I realized you don't have to go all the way to Indonesia to see poverty. You can see it here in South Africa. But the fact of the matter is, I saw that there over holiday. I also saw big money being spent on very exclusive holidays and very exclusive resorts, which we've been privy to go and visit and stay at. But the fact of the matter is, I made a decision and I said to myself, you know what? We can change people's lives in that country. And the bottom line is, myself and Tony decided on an exercise. I came back, I discussed it with him. We started working out a program. We started with one person in Indonesia. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. One person, and yes, you guessed right. It's a relative. It's a family member of mine. But the fact of the matter is, we got that person up and running. We got her going with the different minds. And the bottom line is, we've been back several times, and you cannot believe what a roaring business that has become. It is mind-blowing. We just got back after, well, before we went to Germany, we went first to Indonesia to go and help there again and help grow the business. It's just become such a mind-blowing business. It blows your mind to the extent that that business is, within the next 12 months, will be at a point where it will reach max out point on every single one of those accounts. Now, what does that mean financially? It means financially a minimum of $50,000 just on one portion of the financial benefit out of those accounts. $50,000 a week. Now, I asked you to just think in your mind, how much money is it going to take for you to own your life? Because here's the thing that I've noticed in life. You know, I've been training people all over the show how to create and all around how to create financial freedom. And the bottom line is, what I came to realize globally is the same thing. People treat opportunities like this as if time is in abundance, as if there's always enough time. Tomorrow is another day. Next week is another week. You know what? We can do it next month. You know what? We'll start as soon as X, Y, Z, whatever that might be. But I'm here tonight to tell you, if you are really at a point in your life where you feel you want to reclaim your life and start owning your life and bring financial freedom into your life, I can assure you, I've never, in all the years that I've been in this industry, all the years and all I know my entire life is business, I've never seen a model like this. I've never seen a model changing lives like this model has. I've seen how it's changed. Just to name a few names, people on this call like Debbie Kennedy. When I spoke to Debbie Kennedy about these models less than a year ago, she probably thought I was off my mind. She probably thought I lost my marbles when I asked her to get involved. But nonetheless, she took a leap of faith and she jumped in and she grabbed the opportunity with both hands. If I today, or if I right now on this call ask Debbie to come on board and share a few words with you, I know without a shadow of hesitation, she'll tell you, what the heck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I recall clearly how in 2015, I was speaking at a seminar in Bloemfontein. It was an amazing guy by the name of Brigadier. And he was sitting there in the audience and he just afterwards said, you know what, I don't understand this stuff, but I'm going to take a leap of faith. That very same Brigadier was able to, not long from there, quit his full-time. And the reason why we call him Brigadier is because he was a Brigadier in the South African Police Force, earning a very, very substantial salary. He was a district brigadier. And the fact of the matter is, not long after that, he was able to walk away from full-time employment and full-time work on his future and on his legacy with these models that we've got. I recall doing the first call ever with somebody like Dr. Bongani Sanda, who's a medical doctor. Obviously, medical doctors earn a lot of money. And I've had the privilege to now have him as one of our guests, one of the top performers globally. That's changed his life. It took me personally 18 months to turn my Karatbar business from a startup business within the Karatbar structure, me starting out with Karatbars, in other words, to doing during this last incentive the biggest volume in the world from a sales point of view. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, anybody and everybody can do it. I recall how I started up Bitclub back in 2015, in December 2015. When I looked at my account today, coincidentally, through non-active commissions, meaning people that I've enrolled ages ago, and because they are every single day happy with their profits and they're profiting and they're growing forward and they're moving forward in their accounts, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, my passive income out of Bitclub has surpassed $250 per day. Now that might not sound like a lot, but do the maths. $250 per day. There's 50 days in a month. Do the maths. How much is it going to take for you to reclaim your life? How much money do you really need? What I'm here to tell you tonight, if you are ready to change, to take massive action and change the rest of your life, I can assure you, this is it. You don't need anything else. All you need to do is take massive action. So whoever invited you to this call tonight, ladies and gentlemen, get back to them. Don't wait until tomorrow morning. Find them up now. The time is now. If you feel that you are at a point of your life where you say to yeah, no further, I'm going to take control back of your life, now's your time. What I do know is these tools are the most remarkable tools that I've seen in all my life. All you have to do is go and read books written by Sir Richard Branson, who's on many forums and in many of his books has said over and over and over again, if he can turn the clock back and start his career all over again, he'll pick a great network and get working. If you go and read Robert's books and you listen to some of his interviews, you'll hear him say, if I can turn the clock back, I'll pick a great network and start working. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, in my mind, the strongest and the most powerful network that you'll ever see, because everybody in this model succeeds, regardless of whether they're going to recruit or not, regardless of whether you're ever going to recruit somebody. I got to share with you a story that I just love. It's an absolute personal story. It's very close and dear to my heart. There's a very special gentleman that I met somewhat a year and a half ago in Port Elizabeth. He drove quite a long distance from where he stays to come and attend my one-day workshop there in Port Elizabeth. He came, myself and Tony and Rick and Kurt and the likes were there. We were speaking. At the end of the seminar, this elderly gentleman walked up to us and he says, I want to sign up for this Bitcoin stuff. I want to learn this stuff. And the bottom line is, needless to say, he got signed up. He attended a one-day workshop with Tony back in the day. And he didn't stop there. He came to the 5-day event now in January this year in Johannesburg. He came up from where he stays and he attended the 5-day workshop. He sat there very quietly and he listened and he listened and he listened. But that very same elderly gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, he's in his 80s. And the bottom line is, myself and Tony flew back from Germany. We landed in South Africa on Friday. We flew out to East London and had a meeting in East London, a seminar. And then on Sunday we stayed on. And then on Monday we took a drive through to his hometown because he asked us to come and visit. And he asked us to please come and speak to one or two of his prospects. But he said one or two of his prospects. When I got there, I was bowled over. He's gone and hired the Port Alfred golf course, and he's put together there a group of people that just absolutely blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. If I have to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, it makes me feel embarrassed. If he can do that at his age. And if I look at the next morning, so we did the presentation there for him Monday evening. Tuesday morning, I thought we'll have a slow breakfast, me and Tony, and then we'll make way back to East London and jump on the plane, and I will fly back to Debit and he'll fly back to Johannesburg. Lo and behold, we arrived in the breakfast room as we agreed. That evening at 8 o'clock, we said we'll have a slow breakfast at 8 o'clock and then hit the road by 9 or so. Lo and behold, they had people queuing up to meet with me and Tony. And it just absolutely blows my mind that at that age you got the fire and the drive to drive it to the extent. It makes me feel embarrassed when I look at how little me and you are doing. I don't know if you feel that you've done everything to change your life financially, but I know if a gentleman like Gunther at his age can put together a group of people and get me and Tony to come and address them, and the next morning pack up a group of people waiting for us in our breakfast room, to the extent that we ended up not having breakfast because we were so busy speaking to his clients. He had 2 clients or 3 clients or 4 clients at times with Tony, and at the very same time 2 or 3 or 4 clients with me at the very same time. Me and Tony had to sit side by side addressing small little groups, until eventually it got to the time where we couldn't stay any minute longer, and we had to rush off to East London to make our flights back to Durban and Johannesburg respectively. But all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, I've given you many cases of people here, some of which are on this call, that's changed their lives. My question to you is tonight the time when you are ready to change the rest of your life? I sincerely hope it is, and if it is, 2 things: take massive action, and I sincerely hope to see you in July. And yes, I know it's 5 days is a lot of time. I know you are all busy. I know we're all busy. But I can safely say to you, and if I were to give past attendees the turn to talk to you, they all will say to you without a shadow of hesitation, they will all say to you, it probably will be the best 5 days. The 5 days that will change the rest of your life. So if you are ready to take massive action, ladies and gentlemen, I hope to see you there. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The big question here is, in the words of my colleague and friend, Tertius Bester, is this your turning point tonight? If this is your turning point, in the words of my friend and colleague Tertius, then massive action and get yourself organized. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a super evening. Thank you and God bless.